Good afternoon, Retriever fans, and welcome back to the UMBC Coaches Corner. I'm Dan LaHatter. Once again, I'm joined by co-head women's lacrosse coaches, Coach Tony Giro, Coach Amy Appelt.
Hi, Dan.
A little bit of a rough one last week at Vermont. They come back, they get that last second goal. But the good thing is, going into this weekend, you still do control your destiny. This New Hampshire series has been back and forth lately. The home teams won the last 3 games. What's the game plan going into the game on Saturday?
I think the biggest thing for us right now is trying to figure out how to score some goals. We've been struggling the last couple of weeks. Been trying to find some continuity and some consistency in practice, but people being in and out. So hopefully I think we can do that. I think we got to get out and run a little bit more. At the beginning of the year, we were getting out and running and trying to get the ball down the field a little bit quicker. We're getting some easy ones. We were creating some things off of our ride. And we really haven't been able to do that recently for whatever reason. So I think that's the biggest thing for us. I think our defense is playing really well. Kendall's playing lights out. I mean, she's been a ball for us. And so I have extreme confidence in that end of the field right now. And I have confidence in the attack game. And that, I think they just got to remember what it feels like to put some easy ones in the net. I think we'll get rolled a little bit.
What do you say?
So New Hampshire, they got a couple goal scorers also. How do you contain that? But then also, like you said, get on the attack and hopefully almost just counteract their momentum and go the other way.
Well, I mean, I think that's where draws are going to be really important in this game. So you win the draw, you have the possession. If we can get out and run, score a couple quick ones on our fast break, that's going to put a good feeling in their stomachs and hopefully be able to replicate that from every draw. You can see the games that we've won the draw and been successful in the draw, we usually come out on top. The ones we're not winning the draw, it's a different story. And I don't think it's because our defense isn't playing well. I think it's because it's hard to get back in the flow of the game when you don't have the ball in the attack end. So when you don't see it for 6-7 minutes, and then all of a sudden you see it, you feel like everything you have, you've got to go for. That's a tough way to play as an attacker. So I think that if we start winning the draw and being aggressive on our ride and getting the ball back and getting some quick goals, I think it'll be easier for us to play the flow of the game.
Now, obviously, it's a big game because the winner gets into the tournament. A little bit bigger also, final game at UMBC Stadium potentially for a great group of seniors. What's the day mean and what have they meant to the program over the last 4 years?
These kids are just warriors, those kids. Devin, I know she's a redshirt junior technically, but she's a part of that class. I mean, that kid epitomizes what's right about what we do. Every day, no matter how she feels, out there giving it 100%. Kendall Mason, tough start to her career, had a couple people in front of her. Battle. She's the best goalie in the conference right now. Lindsay Cox, unfortunately, not with us right now because of ACL tear, but her stats and what she's done for the program speak for themselves. And then Jamie Faye, Rookie of the Year, 3-time first team. That kid is just, she's a stud. She's a stud. She does everything. She does it quietly, and that's kind of way from what the program would be like. It's not about your individual accolades and what you do. It's about just getting your job done. And I think for this group has really epitomized that. And I think since I've been here, this group is the best group that we've had as far as like just giving back to the program in any way they can, giving back to their teammates, encouraging them, holding them accountable. And I just can't say enough about them. And I think it says a lot that we're going to have a lot of alumni coming back to the game this weekend from 10, 15, 20 years ago, as far back as last year. So, I just think that it's moving in the right direction. It's because of kids like that senior class, they have that connection to the younger kids and the older group of kids that were here before. So it's going to be a sad day in that regard because they're just all great kids. They're just great kids and they're good students and they're what's right about what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree 100%. They've been leaders on and off the field, and they've been through some ups and downs with their seasons, and they've battled injuries, and they've battled, sitting and watching on the sidelines, whether it was due to injury or something in front of them, but they never stopped battling, and each one of them has gotten better every year, and that's kind of what we want our program to be. They start somewhere, and then they finish on a high note. So hopefully the team can pull it together and we can finish on a high note here on Saturday.
Yeah, good luck on Saturday. Hopefully you can get 1-2 more games and maybe...
This has been great. I mean, I don't want to end because will this end?
No, this can't.
Sure, I guess that works good then. I don't know how I could live on Tuesdays without doing this. It's amazing. And you look just devastatingly handsome with it. The beard, the scruff. You try to
just let it go.
You see Zach behind camera, always just a stunner.
So good luck this weekend.
Thanks,
talk to you hopefully going into the playoffs.
All right, Dan. Thanks, Blake.
Once again, the Retrievers at home this weekend. They kick off the doubleheader with the men's lacrosse team here on Saturday at UMBC Stadium. When they take on UNH, winner goes to the America East Tournament. For the Coach's Corner, I'm Dan LaHatter.